So I'm sure your girl got some friends, right? And there's probably like one particular friend that they're close to in a weird fashion, in a way that, it just doesn't sit right with you, right? These friends, they'll get mad when they're not included in the plans. They'll get mad when, the girl gets a boyfriend or something like that. These are just closet lesbians, folks. These are just closet lesbians. And let me tell you, they will screw up your relationship astronomically if you let them. Now, the whole point of being her boyfriend is because she looks up to you. She looks to you as the influence, not her closet lesbian homie that occasionally does some weird shit, right? So she looks to you. And if you say, hey, this woman is a little bit weird, a little bit dangerous, not good for your mental, you might get some pushback here and there, but stand on it. You can't do anything except stand on it. And the more you point it out, the more she's going to see it. And then the more she's going to realize, oh, bro might have a point. Now, this closet lesbian, she might try to act nice to you. She might try and do all these things. But when behind closed doors with your girl, the second she gets a little itch, little feeling that your girl is a little unsatisfied with something you might have done that evening, she's gonna harp on that. She's gonna stab that pain and make it into a goddamn wound. Because that is what she's there for. She's not there to give therapy to your girl. She's not there to ease her mind off the troubles of the world. No, she's there to get what she wants. And she wants that girl cooch, baby. She wants that girl cooch. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is up to you as a man. If you think something's going on, you gotta get on that immediately. Because if not, you're just another cuck. And I know, we get all this talk about, oh, if they're lesbian, haha, like, it'll be cool, right? No, they're weirdos. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not that cool. Like, as much as it might seem cool, it's really not. It's cause of a lot of problems in society, right? Lesbians are some of the most problematic relationships your woman can have. Because as soon as your girl gets a little unsatisfied, that closet lesbian friend is gonna harp on that pain. She's gonna pick at it like a bird. She's gonna make it grow bigger, right? There are plenty of times, plenty of instances that I can think of this. It's very weird the way women relationships work. Like it's in a way it's reciprocal, right? In a way, it's sort of reciprocal, not in the way that like, here, I give you a beer, you give me a beer, right? And it's reciprocal in the way, like, I give you a beer, you give me dome type shit. Like, it's just it's one sided, right? So like, there is no way that relationship will be good for your girl, right? That girl's going to do one little thing for your girl, and then all of a sudden now it's, oh, you remember the time I did that? You remember the time I did that? Why ain't you do anything for me? Blah, 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 blah. And then guess who develops that personality as well? Your girl. Your girl is going to develop that as well. And then it's a spiral. And then it's a spiral. So it's just a battle of the influences. And if you can get your girl to be on the same program as you, then more than likely it'll sort itself out. It'll sort itself out Because if you can point out the obvious, that this girl, this lesbian, this closet lesbian is, a little bit of weirdo, a little bit of a instigator, then your girl will take notice. Because her whole life she's been blind. But now you're in it. And since you're in it, you need to take off those blinders and give her a little bit of dose of reality, right? And a dose of reality is a lot of women are just closet lesbians. There's probably multiple factors as to why they don't want to say it. There's probably, the family things, they got both parents in their life, so they don't want to, go ahead. And that's the thing too, because even in the future, they could still go ahead, find a boyfriend, yada, yada, yada. But it's not really something you should worry about. Because once these two women are separated, it really depends. Because closet lesbian doesn't have to mean like she likes women. All it has to mean is she likes your girl. It doesn't have to mean that she's going around trying to find all these women to bone. No. That could just... Hey, I'm going off right now. But that could just mean that she just wants to bone your girl. Because a lot of the times, women have emotional attachments. And when they have emotional attachments, when they put down that phone, they're not thinking about what they should do in life. They're not thinking about how they want to be a nail tech. They're not thinking about how they... They're thinking about your girl. So when they're thinking about your girl, they're thinking about all the little things that they could, end up doing. And one of those things, let me just put it that way. It's not gonna be good for your relationship. You need to take off your girl's blinders and give her the realization that, hey, not everything in life is sweet. Maybe she's a part of it. Maybe she might have been, contributing to that dynamic. But it has to stop. That's it. It just has to stop. And if she can't do that, if your girl can't do that, it's time to say goodbye. Because that's how it has to be. We can't have outside forces talking in our ear saying like, oh, he's bad for you because he didn't, make your egg sunny side up when you asked for it and now you're oppressed. Whatever. It's not good. And it's not good. But you don't want to risk that coochie at the end of the night, that coochie every once a week. You don't want to risk that. I'm going to tell you right now, risk it. For your sanity, you got to risk it. Because if you don't, then everything is your fault. And they will blame it on you. And rightfully so. Because you decided not to stand on business. You decided not to stand on your morals. And your morals are telling you, your gut feeling is telling you right now that these two are a little weird. This specific girl is a little weird. Because she has a very crazy emotional attachment to your girl. And that ain't good. Most guy relationships, how many times do you hear dudes could hit up each other once a year and it'll be like nothing ever happened? Women have to be constantly texting each other. And when that happens, when they're constantly with each other, when they're constantly hanging out, they get themselves a handle of some Pink Whitney, then all hell breaks loose. Right? All hell's gonna break loose. It's gonna be... I'm telling you right now, and it might sound cool in your head, but when you're not a part of it, buddy, it's kind of like, oh, Y'all are just some lesbians. And yeah, it, that's it. And you might be saying, like, oh, you're just not mogging enough to get a part of it. Well, buddy, who says I want to be a part of that? Who says I want to be a part of all these mid bodies clashing and smacking on each other? Nah. And when you get in a relationship, it's just you and your girl. So having these outside forces, it's always gonna be a distraction. It's always gonna be, a detriment to your relationship, because you and your girl are two minds into one. When the outside mind comes in, then it starts becoming like, this one, your girl over here is kind of like, like she's cool, and then she's in the middle, right? But you can't have that. You can't have her in the middle. You guys got to be like this. You can't have her like this. I mean, that's my rant for today. There's a lot of closet lesbians out there, and there's a lot of dudes who just put up with it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't have to put up with it. Go beat your meat. If that's what keeps you from coming back to that girl, go beat your meat. Because you need to do it just to prove a point. You need to break up with her just to prove a point. If they don't listen to a single word you say, if your girl does not listen to a single word you say, you just need to break up with her to prove a point. Right? So, no coming back to it. And now just find a girl who doesn't have closet lesbian friends. Or if she does have closet lesbian friends, find a girl who actually listens to your word and takes your word seriously. Because if they don't, all they're going to take you as is a joke. So, hey, make sure you like. Because if you can't donate, then at least you can share this video to somebody who can. And if you need help with accountability, get access to my DMs and daily calls with me in the link below. Every day we'll go over what we can do better. I'll work with your schedule and we can work on something together. Whether it's meal plans, whether it's, help with, parenting. I'm not much of a parent, but I do understand what it's like. I was a child once, right? So, until next time, it has been Vice Vestra. I appreciate you all. Stay out of the closet lesbian relationships, woman. Please. Please. Love y'all.